Okay, hi F4ZAEagle. It's new here. I've watched like the teeniest, tiniest, smallest amount of the VOD already. So most of this we're gonna be watching for the first time. I know this name, XO. Um, so yeah, I'm pretty. Are you two duoed? I assume so. Um, I don't mind the few pop shots here. The biggest thing is we want to make sure we're trying to get out early dynamites because our dynamite on cooldown is how we're going to build Bob the fastest and the best. So be wary about just try and land one here and get it to fire off, and then just be really careful about if they have one shot heroes. Like the second I see Hanzo, I want to get into a place where I can start playing behind natural cover, so that's a little bit more over here. So I don't mind the first shot here. The real goal for me is dynamite to get a really nice early Bob charge up. Then maybe if you're feeling confident you can stay for a headshot, but the problem is, and we'll run into this problem really shortly from now, is the more we're scoped, the easier it is for them to kill us because our movement is limited and our field of view is limited when we're scoped. So I'm even hesitant about getting an early headshot there. Unless you know you're gonna hit it. Yeah, and since the bubble's down, it's gonna be hard for us to get a dynamite. This is where I'm saying it's a little bit easier for them to get us. Because of this. I like what you do here. This crouching behind this is really nice, but it's going to be super hard for us to try and get away because we don't have any natural cover from right here. So they kind of have all this until we can get back from here. So I would either, you have two options. I would either hold Coach Gun until you see this monkey either fail or jump on you, and then when he jumps on you, you can Coach Gun him off of the high ground and yourself backwards, or I would just immediately Coach Gun over there, just so we can start having cover. We know this monkey's on us, we don't have to worry about him. I like that we're going to try and pick up our Mercy here, and then we can start playing this corner. I don't really like the ego peek here because I'm scared of the Hanzo and I'm scared of the damage boosted Mercy, or damage boosted Ashe, when our Mercy isn't with us right now. A dynamite shows me that you know like good dynamite tech, and I want you to just do more of that. Like I really wanted one at the beginning. This is fine. I don't like them, and this is gonna be a hard matchup. Yeah, I would just try and hit one shot and then just try and strafe far enough left to where he can't hit you. It's highly likely you still die here, but the second shot in the scope is a little bit greedy. I see what you're going for, but it's just unfortunate. Just try maybe go for some hip shots as you try and move, just to push some pressure onto him. So part of it is when the monkey jumped us here, we obviously want to try and stay on the high ground as much as possible. Just based off what I've seen so far, I feel like you have a pretty good idea of that. So when the monkey jumped us right here, we want to try and coach this far. I think it was the monkey's knockback just hit us a little bit further than we intended, but just keep that in mind. So this, I really don't mind that starting angle, but we need to give it up quickly. It's like a quick, it's to be cheeky, it's not to hold.
Don't take kindly to being knocked down.
The enemy
So this is definitely lost now on our side, so I would look to stage for the next one. Next fight, which is exactly what you're doing. Very good. I don't mind this because we're both damage boosted. When she hits one shot, yep, stay and get healed. Good. This is a tip. If there is a dynamite near you and you hear the bell, that that means you're still gonna get hit by it. See? So if you're just a little bit out of it, when you stop hearing that sound, that means you will no longer get hit by it. Let me just proof of concept of that too, just So we hear the bell, we don't hear it, and then it goes off. So yeah, if you still hear that ringing, you're still gonna get hit by it. Now I want us resetting back up to that high ground that we were just on. We're going to be... So there's a few reasons why we want to be up here. It's because we can be oppressive from the exact same angle we're covering right now, and it's harder for them to get to us. The biggest fear we have is the Hanzo. The Hanzo is our number one, like, if anybody's going to kill us, it's going to be him. No, it's not even the enemy Ashe, it's definitely the Hanzo. So we just need to be careful about him. But if we're playing a little bit further back here, then we can go back over here. Worst comes to worst, so you know where's the health back here. But this gives us some natural cover, as well as it's much easier for us to land dynamites from this upward angle than it is for us to land and shoot the dynamites from this downward angle. Okay. Nice try. This is probably lost. I still want his coach gunning back up. So... Oh, shoot. Okay, that's not what we wanted at all. Okay. This is good. I don't want us staying in the same spot for too long against the Hanzo. Sucks about that. Shield. But I really want his coach gunning back up there. It'll be a much easier angle for us to also rain down onto the enemy. Not just the dynamite, like all of our kit. We saw the Hanzo very briefly. We still see him. Just coach gun up there and just hip fire him a lot. And the good thing is if we coach up there, to get this Hanzo and we just hip fire him a lot, it'll pressure him to fall down. It's possible we die, but it's pretty easy res because he has to drop down to get it. Then we will be on that position as well because we use a cooldown, and that podium's not a bad place to be either. It's not great. It sucks because now our Mercy's died. Yeah, good. I want us that sooner. But I will honestly just go up there and use something that you have that he doesn't have, which is quick rapid fire shots. He has to use a cooldown to that. You can just unscope and left click. Nice. I want us on a high ground though. Always, always, always. If there's any downtime, I want you to be do the exact same stuff you're doing, but do it on a high ground. So in this case, I'd actually think right here, because this gives us a good angle and spawn. We can kind of hide in between these legs. And if things get too dicey, we can drop down backwards and get healed back that way. I'm a little scared of this. So, obviously I've seen this and we're gonna get punished. But the reason why this is a little bit rougher of a position is because in order for us to... I always think I'm a support player, and so I always think about like, oh, how do I have an out? Like, what is my out? And that's partially what I'm telling you when I'm like, oh, when you're playing up here, your out is falling backwards, or your out is trying to hide between these legs. Well, really, it's trying to play these cover, and then it's this way, and then we have an escape path if we need to fall back, of we can go this way. When we're on this angle, in order for us to get to a safe path, we have to go this way, and then here, we have to cross over here, and this gives the enemy a really nice free angle to shoot at us as we're trying to retreat, and that's why this... I was gonna say dragon, but these wolves are so effective because they zone off both of you guys, because we didn't play at the angle that we had an out for. So we're going to get punished when we're trying to cross, and in this case, this is us actively getting punished for needing to cross to go to the rest of our team. Our Mei is also being punished here, and I'm pretty sure our Mercy is still coming back. Yeah. So this is already a fight that's going to be hard to win, and we took a little bit of a more aggressive angle as a team, but now we're definitely going to get punished for it, and these dragons were very, very good at zoning, and that's why these are successful. Oh, that's unfortunate. We're committing a lot of ults to this. But this fight was already going to be lost because our Mercy wasn't back, so we were going to need to fall back in order to have a good, nice fight.
How's it going? Nope.
Group up here.
At the half, I'm going to give you just some fun random facts. Nice. Beautiful. This is fine. If he jumps you, just coach him back. He jumped, so we know he's free. You see the Mercy beam for a second? Scary contest. The Hanzo just has an innate advantage against us, so I'm always scared about that. I like this. I want his bobbing soon. Good. Where'd you throw him? Very nice spot. Now, if we can, I want us to take a high ground. So we have a few options. Obviously, there's this, probably the best place for you to be is here. so that way we can get some shots off, and if we need to, we have some cover. I don't mind also playing over here. It just kind of depends on where the fight is developing, and then getting up here isn't too hard. And you could be up here. The bigger things about these two positions is there's not a lot of natural cover, so our escape plan is a little bit different than if we were playing right here, and we have the natural cover of right here. The only thing is this, like, what do you call this? This balcony is a little bit longer, so it is already a little bit harder for us to get, a way to, like, get a good visual on the enemy and play around the natural cover, but this is still probably the best spot for us to be. And then, if the monkey jumps us, we always coach him. And this will stop the enemy from also being able to take control of this high ground, because that's our biggest fear right now, is the enemy gets control of this high ground, and then they just have so much free range shooting on us, the blue team, in this scenario. Sorry, I went back because I'm a little surprised we missed this dynamite. Why is this 20? Yeah, I would just make sure we fire, we just take a second to hit that too. We should be able to get it from when we fire it using the tech. I think we just fired a little bit soon, but I would just go down and shoot it, because this will make sure we force out the Moira Wraith, if she hasn't used it, and if she has already used it, that's a lot of free damage on the Moira. Yeah. Now it's taking high ground. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Let us end this. Thanks. I owe you one. That was an avalanche.
I definitely set this to 7 right before the VOD started, so that's weird. Okay. Oop. Play. Okay.
Loud and clear.
You see the Hanzo? I want us on the high ground. So it doesn't necessarily need to be the same high ground I was pointing to before. This one is still... It's still good, it just depends on where the fight is going to develop. I'm scared of here because I always want to make sure that if we're going to face the Hanzo, we have a good place to essentially hide if he... if we feel like we're going to lose. And that's why I kind of like this angle a bit more, and this one's going to be a bit hard because we don't have, like, an immediate, like, left or right for us to hide in, versus over here, where if you go in the door, we can immediately go to the right and we can kind of peek, fire peek. But this will still, if we're in this area, if we're able to rotate here, and then if we feel pressured, we can just coach gun this way. This will let us get a few more free shots and free angles. And they now have to commit abilities to force us off this high ground. So the biggest thing is, like, monkey jump. If the monkey's always jumping us and we just coach him off the high ground, then they've wasted this ability, the monkey's not in a great position anymore, and they don't really have very many other resources to kill us, or to, like, get to us, to get closer range to us, than one-shotting us, really. So it's nice. It's harder because they are running snipers, so it's just like, oh, you're on the high ground, I can still kill you, kind of thing. But it's resource trading, and the amount of resources it's going to take for them to get us off the high ground, especially if we're in a safe spot on the high ground. And another good thing is, if we're in a safer spot on high ground, the Mercy can res us if we die. So even if we really lose, if we're playing in this kind of doorway and we get killed when we're, like, right here, well, the Mercy can come back here and get this res completely for free, and then we can try and, like, coach gun out again, because we don't want to take a duel that we've lost already the first time kind of scenario. So yeah, that's every single moment you have downtime, try and think about, like, can I be on the high ground? This map is a very, very good example of that. See, in this enemy Ashe is utilizing this bus high ground, and it's going to be harder for you to shoot her than it is for her to shoot you, and especially hit your team with dynamites. Nice. Coach.
Stay out of my way. She's gonna blow.
Nice. Yeah, high ground? Good. We hear the audio cues. I'd still stay up here, yeah. We saw the Hanzo, so just be wary.
Thank you.
Nice try. This is still fine. Mercy should be able to get to you. Nice. We see the Hanzo. Good. This is fine. I don't love that it pushed us down, and obviously this is a really rough position to be in, but your instincts were good there. It's just we could have maybe angled it a little bit better, so that way we wouldn't have completely fallen off there. It's unlikely, and it's still possible we died to the Hanzo regardless, but I do like your instincts there.
Back from the
Turn around, coach, here.
The payload has reached the checkpoint. I'm on my way.
Nice. I like hip firing and shields in downtime too, but it's just a mix of things. I'm scared of peeking this angle for too much. Yeah. I'm also iffy because we know the Hanzo's now looking at us at this angle, so I like the dynamite, but having to stand still to make sure we get the execution on it is a little terrifying, because this Hanzo could have just re-peeked us and hit us again. So be wary about, for the longer range dynamites, how long, like what we're being contested by and how long are we going to be standing still. Ask for healing. Nice. Yeah, I want that sooner, because look at how we could have fired at the shield a while ago. I don't think it would have necessarily broke, but it would have provided a little bit more value than when we did finally shoot at it. Oh, be careful. Every time I see this Hanzo, I get scared for your life. Little bit deep. I like this. We should be able to get the Hanzo at least. Nice. That was good instincts as well on the coach. I think the actual execution of that coach will come with more time, but the fact that you have the really good instinct of coaching right there is good. I want us taking high ground. Because we don't want to give them this high ground for free. They're on Doom now as well. Woo. Okay.
60 seconds. My power emanates.
Thank you.
Seconds remaining.
Yeah, I just want us on the high ground. Nice try. Careful. Oh, very nice try. So we used this dynamite. I don't mind it. You knew somebody was there. I just kind of wish we had it for this scenario, but I actually don't mind when we used it too. We thought we could hit the Doom. Look at the Mercy. Oh, this is rough. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Don't be afraid to ask for healing in the game, like with your in-game voice, or not you speaking, but your character saying I need healing. A lot of the times, like if you don't know where the supports are, the supports don't know where you are. So it'll just make sure that it'll give them the audio cue of your positioning. Like I bound mine to up scroll just so I don't spam it excessively, but when I feel like they can't see me, then I'll do that. This is fine. At this range, I think hip firing is just better. Yeah, just hip fire your full clip because you're not gonna live. Okay. So I think we're fine. I think we'll be able to push out more shots if we're on the high ground. You mentioned something about your aim, and it looks fine. It literally looks fine. I just think that we can put ourselves in a... It's a lot easier to hit shots from up here onto enemies who are, like, let's say here. It's much, much easier than, let's say, if we were down here trying to fire at the exact same angle. So it's kind of like you can take advantage of having decent aim by putting yourself in a position to have even better aim. It's also like... So Overwatch knows this, and it's partially why they do it. It's easier to land projectiles from an upward angle from a high ground. That's why a lot of heroes who have like projectile abilities have upward mobility. A great example of this is like Baptiste. He has his healing nades, that's why he has the eco boots. Another example is obviously like Pharah. Junkrat has upward mobility. Obviously Echo has. Ashe does. Anybody with a sort of nade, except for like Cassidy, has upward mobility, so that way they can, well, also Ana, but a lot of them have upward mobility so they can land these abilities even easier, especially if it's going to be often. So my favorite example is obviously Baptiste, because his healing nades, it's so much easier to land it if you are up on high ground than if you are the same level as your teammates. So it's the same concept with Ashe Dynamite. The more we're up, the easier it's going to be to land it on, in this case, the enemy team. There's two more things I want to quickly say that are just utter bullshit, but I want to point them out. This is just a fun fact that, Ashe doesn't have her tattoos on this skin. So if you look at her, like, left arm now, she doesn't have the tattoos. I can't find, like, a great example, but there, yeah. And another thing that's just utter bullshit, but I want to say it, is this is my favorite weapon charm in the entire game. It's my profile picture right now. If anyone equips this, I instantly adore you. He's my favorite thing in this entire planet. He's the best thing that's been added to Overwatch. I adore Spacebeak. Spacebeak is love. Spacebeak is life. So I'm very happy that you have Spacebeak equipped. I noticed immediately, and it brought great joy to myself. So, yes, please keep the Spacebeak. He's such a good boy. Okay, let's watch this.
4, 3,
Affirmative.
2, 1. Attackers in.
Okay, we don't have an Echo. We do have a dive comp. So it'd be good if you can try and keep track of who necessarily your Ball or your Genji is on, because we can just get extra easy value off of following up on what they're doing. So I would shift and follow your Ball here.
Scaling up.
I wouldn't cancel your glide.
Scaling up.
Just leave it up the entire time, and then just glide to, like, up here. Yeah, be very, very cautious about canceling glide. Just leave it up for as long as you can. It's a lot of free mobility. The only time we shouldn't necessarily cancel it is when we feel like it's going to make us move too slowly. Because this is also in a scenario where it's going to be much easier for them to hit us if we are standing on this high ground. So part of the reason flyers are good is because people in Overwatch have gotten really good. They know what headshot level is when you stand here. They know what headshot level is when you stand over here. When you have 3D movement, they don't have these angles as practiced as they do some of these other angles. And with Junk, he can just splash against this wall. It's stuff like that that people just have a better sense of, oh, I'm used to this. I know this. I've played a lot of hours on this. It's not necessarily the case. People can just, like, see your head. But I don't think it takes very long to learn. So just, when we have this, like, 3D mobility, I want us utilizing it as much as possible.
I stand with you.
That's fine. Oh yeah, back up. Good, good, good. I want to dive in this junk now. We have our stickies. So ultimately, what we really want to do is glide in, land 5 stickies, throw out our 3-finger guns, and then beam them to death. We haven't had a great opportunity to do that. But like I said, I really want us to try and go in a little bit more with our Genji or with our Ball, who just swapped to Ram. And we want to try and execute these combos. So I'm going to watch this a little bit more because I don't feel like I was paying enough attention. That was a nice try. But now I kind of just want us to wait, reset our cooldowns a bit. This is fine because I don't want us getting pressured. If we know the Zarya is low, we should just beam. Yeah, I would just be holding down your sticky input, because a lot of people don't know this, but if you hold the input, it'll do it as soon as it comes off a cooldown. You don't need to spam it, you can just hold. Yeah, we kind of got knocked back there. Woo, come on, okay, good. Okay, go in. 5 stickies. Yeah, let's go for the junk. If we can get this, he's a pretty easy target in this scenario, just to get a little bit closer, land 5 stickies, and beam him down. And then as the Mercy tries to res, she'll be in a much easier position to try and kill her. So I would just look at the junk here.
Thank you. My ultimate is charged.
Nice, beam him. Nice. Now we watch the Mercy. Very nice. I like this. Just stay here. Yeah. Oh, that's so unfortunate. This would be a lot different if we had a Mercy Baron. Or, I think Zen Orb, even.
Let's adapt. Advancing upward.
So with this, I'm really thinking it's just a little bit target priority. I really like how much you're targeting the Mercy. It's just going to be very hard to kill her. For the same reason it's harder to kill any 3D mover. We're gonna have Copy this next fight. They have a lot of good ultimates on their team. They have one less good ultimate on their team now that the Zarya switched. Did Zarya switch with ult? No. Okay. Wait, did they? No. Okay.
Objective A captured. Escort the payload.
That's okay. Not too much to get it on.
Ascending.
I'm always rough about going into rooms against Junk. Actually going into rooms against most of their comp. Very nice try. That would have been a good combo. Yeah, in this case scenario, when we got the glide, just land on this high ground. They have no one who can really kill you if you're up here. If they do, you can just copy them. Whew. Nice. E. Yeah, just beam her. Once you hit... Here, just beam her. I really want... I feel like this is a good example of, like, Kobe's tempo curve of... We are running a dive hero. In all honesty, Echo's good at poke. She's okay at brawl. But in all honesty, our cooldowns, I just want us to use them bam, all 3 at once, reset, bam, all 3 at once. So I just want us to, like, shift, sticky, beam somebody, and just on repeat. Wait, glide, sticky, beam. Just over and over the best we can. We can still provide a lot of value of, like, our finger guns. We can still finger blast them, don't worry, in the downtime. But I really... kind of I feel like we're not getting that power spike of just like bam, instantly delete one target. Like you can try and pick one, beam them down. Obviously it's going to be much harder with a tank. It's going to be harder against a Mei, but it's going to be harder against a Moira, the 3 we're looking at right now. But I just kind of want us to think of like power spike, cool, power spike, cool off kind of thing.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Roadhog.
Nice try. Yeah, be cautious of our position while Coalescence is going. We have stickies now. Nice, just yeah. So this is an example of like, this is great. This damage that you did to this Mercy is utterly fantastic. I just want you to be able to shift and beam to actually finish this off because look, she goes under half. So if we were in a better position, even if we trade in this scenario, we're trading for the enemy Mercy, which is massive. They're in our spawn. We're going to come back so much faster than she is, and now they don't have res. So I really want us, like, that what you did was really good. I just want us to also use these other two cooldowns at the same time to finish, to secure this kill. Okay. I don't mind this. The biggest thing when you're getting spawn camped is that we're getting staggered. This isn't as bad because there's 3 people who have died at once, but when it's this bad, we just need to go all out left. We just need to all wait and spawn for everyone to respawn and then go out the left. Yeah, going out of a room into a hog, junk, and Mei is just not fun. I love this. So good. That was wonderful. This is great. Oh my gosh. Even if you die here. Oh my gosh. Where was this? I want you to... You TP'd up to the high ground beautifully. You focused a target who was completely vulnerable. Got the pick. Was completely in their backline now that you picked their Mercy, their most valuable player in this scenario. Got 2 more picks. Didn't get frozen by Blizzard. Didn't die to the total mayhem. Like, didn't die to the hog ult. And you got the Moira. Like, this is wonderful. Now I just want you to TP forward. I want you to just play aggressively. TP up to the high ground. Then we're going to drop onto them. And then we're going to wraith out. Oh, that's where the Genji is. Just TP. Yeah. Honestly, this is so nitpicky, but we're losing time, and it's a cooldown, so if we just TP up here and go this way, even if the junk hits us, we can just wraith out, the cooldown will start ticking, so it would already be like 4 or 5 seconds down if we just TP'd up to there.
Flanking.
This is a scary engagement. Nice. We didn't fall into a trap. Didn't get the mini. But I'm as long as, if we just get the mini here, this is like fantastic. Wraith out. And then TP up to the high ground. Yeah, okay. This is so nitpicky, but this is what'll increase your uptime. Soon as you spawn, wraith out. We want to make sure we use that ability immediately, so that way it's on cooldown, so it'll be back when we need it. And then that'll probably get us to here, and then I want us to just TP up to here. This will get us the most range, and then we don't have to go around this building, we can just go through it. And then if we're feeling really cheeky, we can continue up here, and we can maybe take this fight again. Because even if we're distracting the junk, that's still a lot of time.
Death Blossom is ready.
Yeah, because now we're going into this fight without Wraith. Versus if we did it when, initially, when we left the spawn room, we'd probably have it back by now. Do we have to reload? Yes, we did. Okay.
Death appears. Good. My ultimate is ready.
I would just push the Mei. Did we see the junk? No, but we saw where the tire came from. We could have tried to push the junk. So I'm gonna be really nitpicky. Before you ult, I want you to be closer, even closer than this. Fire some shots. Your ult reloads your gun, so even getting in a good habit of just like shot ult. This will provide a lot of extra damage on the Moira, especially if you're hitting headshots, which generally with Reaper you are. So if you just make sure you shot ult, you'll kill her so much faster. Every time we leave spawn, unless we're going to contest, I'm gonna just Wraith TP and just out of spawn. This scenario matters less because we're not pushing ourselves into a team fight that's already happening. We can take our time in this scenario because our team is taking a second to push. But it's just a good habit to build so you can do the best pathing for when you are trying to come back to a team fight. Nice. Oh wait, we didn't get the mega? That's just unfortunate. Oh yes, let's go. This fight is still lost though. I just be careful. We have Wraith again, so we can play a little bit greedy. Just take your time. That's okay. We didn't get staggered really. I kind of would be interested to see us going out from the window.
My ultimate is charging.
Just TP up. Yeah, just go for... Don't be afraid to go for a full flank here. So TP up here. Go this way. So the reason why a flank is extra good here is because one, our other guy's not going to do it. Our cast is not going to flank in this scenario. So if we flank, even if we just stand here, we can get a lot of free headshots on the junk. It's going to be harder for the junk to hit us because we're on high ground. If we feel too pressured, we just go this way. If we feel way pressured, we get this mini. And this will stop pressure going onto our team from main. So if everybody is main, all of the enemy resources are going to be pushed main as well. So that's like free Junkrat spam, that's free Mei spam, like Mei wall. But if we can bring in pressure from this alternate angle, that's going to take a lot of pressure off the main choke as well. And like I said, if we're up here, it's going to be super hard for Junk to kill us. There's a trap in front of you? Okay, good. I would just TP up above if we could. Or if you're feeling... What elo is this? How bold do we think we can be? Gold 2? Okay, probably not. I was gonna say if we're feeling really bold, we can just aim the TP all the way back there. But that's a rough one. My main goal is to take resources off of this main choke so our team can push in more easily. That's a good try. I think, in particular, you don't value high grounds enough, and that's even on, like, the Echo. I feel like we could have tried to utilize the high ground a little bit more, or even just glide in general. I think the best hero you played was your Reaper, so I just want us to think about, if we feel like no one on our team is going to flank, or we don't have a brawly tank, like Sigma is not a brawly tank, like, if we don't have, I don't mind us staying with our tank if we have like an Orisa or a Ram or a Rhine or a Junker Queen. But when it's somebody who's not going to be as like in your face, then I want us to just think about flanking so we can try and ease the pressure off of our tank, off of the main side, and we can get free picks. And then if we have to, we could just wraith back into our team. And yeah, I just want us TPing up high ground more and utilizing high ground a lot more. So Numbani is kind of a special one because it is so defense oriented because of how much high ground it has. That's also true with Pariso. So especially at this kind of elo, I think that can just carry us because you're not wrong. You hit some like really good shots on Ashe. I just think that we could hit even more if we were positioned where on the high ground. And yeah, I hope that helps.